What's up guys, welcome to my channel review and preview of film. Today we will review film Jai Bhim. Film's short story is a travel woman and a righteous lawyer battle in court to unravel the mystery around the disappearance of her husband who was picked up by the police on a false case. Jai Bhim film is raw, real and brutal. Now we start Jai Bhim film review. In a scene in Jai Bhim, a group of tribal men meet a police officer who is heading an inquiry commission about the disappearance of three missing tribal who were being interrogated by the police about a thief case. One man tells him that he was once arrested by cops just for greeting them. Another tells him about how he was arrested just because he tried to slink away fearing them. A woman narrates how her husband was forced to confess to a crime which he had not committed after the cops started molesting her. A young boy mentioned that the police picked him up just because they could not get his father, and how that one incident made him a perennial suspect at school. These people are clearly damned if they did and damned if they did not. This scene is an echo of the scene that opened the film. We see many prisoners being let out of prison. A few cops from the surrounding police station are waiting. As each prisoner come out, he is asked for his caste. If they mention a dominant caste name, they are asked to leave. But those who belong to a scheduled caste or scheduled tribe, they are told to stand in corner only for the waiting cops to pick them up as a suspect in the many cases that remain unsolved in their station. When comes to come of them complain that there are too few for them to fuse this case on. They are told that they could accuse a few of committing more than one crime. With scene like this, Jai Bhim powerfully capture the abuse and humiliation that is heaped upon the underprivileged by those in power, and the kind of defiance if will it take to get them justice, like Visarani and the recent Kavalthurai Ungal Nandban. The film is also fair criticism of police brutality. The plot revolve around the Raja Kannu, Mani Kandan and the Sangani Lijomal Jaws, a couple who live in a Konamalai near Villapuram. They belong to the rural tribe, and despite their poverty, they still cannot afford a brick house. They are contented and happy, especially with their daughter Ali going to school and a second child on its way. But their happiness is dashed when cops come in search of Raja Kannu over a robbery. The poor man has become the main suspect just because he happened to be the one who had visited the house where the robbery happened that day to catch a snake. Unable to find him, the police pick up the pregnant Sangani and a few other men from the tribe, including Raja Kannu brother Irutopan, and Sangani is later let go, not before being beaten and kicked multiple times, but for Raja Kannu and a couple of others. There is no respite from the harrowing and violence unleashed upon by the men in khaki. When Singhai heard that three men have escaped and their whereabouts unknown, she reached out to Chandru Surya, a righteous lawyer who fight for the downtrodden. But can they uncover the truth with an entire system standing against them? Jai Bhim is unexpected sophomore effort from T.J. Ganjaneval, who had previously directed the unable drama Kothali Uru 1. This is film that is raw, real and brutal, with gritty film making enhancing the solid writing. It effectively portrays the wrong that are done to the underprivileged without seeming exploitative or overly melodramatic. Despite being one of the oldest community in the country, their tribes do not even have any proof to show that they are its citizens millions and cannot even own a piece of the land. When Mitra Rajisha Vijayan, a teacher who is part of an adult literacy program, tried to get them a voter ID, the local big shot who belonged to a dominant caste retorted, is not too enough. We have to request the lawyer caste to vote for us. Should we also go to homes of these fellows? Gnana will give us some tariff movement of defiance. Lijo Maljos is equally powerful as Sengani, who gets a couple of rousing scenes when she turns down effort at a compromise from cop. Manikandan too is effective and stand out in the scene when he urges his men to not give is as that will result in their community being branded as criminals. The director also portrays the intimacy between Sengai and Rajakannu in a charming manner. The film is based on a real life incident involving Justice K. Chandru from his day as a lawyer. Surya plays this role with the right amount of intensity and earnestness, which help the character seem grounded even while the film and scene rolled. Sukkot tried to build him up as a can do no wrong superhero. In fact, his introduction scene would not be out of place in a masala movie, but after Surya Rai Potru, this is to another notable film for the star as a performer, and his scene with Prakash Raj, who played the Inquiry Commission head Perumalem Swami, gave as calm and composed dialogue that act as a counterpoint to the flinching violence and the moving melodrama. The latter leaves the role with the great deal of the dignity to a character who believes one has to take up a little bit of the authoritism to protect democracy. So we have a lawyer who considers the police as the roast and a cop who finds lawyer the worst, working together to ensure the justice is done. Through this scene, Ganavals, as one of the judges in the film, mentions show how justice can be upheld when law and order work hand in hand. There are only a couple of missteps. After a point, the violence begins to feel like the torture porn. Even though the film presents this episode as a flashback of events that to happen over a day or two, and in a relative sense, Chandru's effort to unravel the mystery and his battle in court feels somewhat easier because there are no strong anthologists. Both Roy Ramesh as the Advocate General and the Guru Samu Sundram as the public prosecutor never come across as a formidable force for Chandru in court. That said, as Chandru unravels one cover up after another, the film makes us realize the extent to which unchecked power can go to maintain status quo. But this does not lessen the emotional impact of the film, which, along with films like Visaranai, Kiromi, and Kavalathru Angle Number, is a much needed antidote to restore the balance in portrayals of the police in an industry overrun by the Singhams and the Samyas. This movie got 9.3 star out of 10 according to IMDb. So this is today's review of film Jai Bhim. Please like, share and comment. Also subscribe the channel for further update. Thanks a lot for watching the video. We will meet in the next video.